Welcome everyone to another day trading video in Day Trading Psychology series. In this episode, I would like to talk about FOMO, fear of missing out. And if you are in day trading space, you've probably seen these four letters. So let's talk about what it is, why does it happen, and some examples of it. And last but not least, let's talk about how to overcome this fear because it will affect your day trading and it will be bad. It will affect your trading, no matter a day trader or a swing trader. This fear is pretty bad and you should get rid of it. So let's talk about a couple of examples to just have an introduction. Let's imagine you are a scalp trader and you are watching the stock and you're aiming for a breakout of $15 and you have planned it out. What is your risk? What is your target? It all looks good and you're now waiting for this to happen. In the meantime, because it is taking some time for this setup to happen, you started looking at another stock and you got zoned in, focused on that other chart you were analyzing. And when you looked back to this initial stock, initial trade that you were planning, you see that it went without you. $15 broke and now it is at 15.50 and it started moving almost parabolic in a way that it is moving on some shorter time frames. So there's some volatility, there's some momentum for sure. And what is your next step? If you are a really good trader with a lot of experience, you will want to stick to your trading idea, your initial trading idea. And with this breakout of $15 happening, your idea is not the same as before. It's not valid anymore. But what do most traders do? Well, they fear that they are missing out on this trade. They already felt that they should get the profits out of this trade, and now that they see it has happened, they feel like the market owes them something. And now the main feeling and the main urge is, how do I get the profits from this idea that I had which worked? And what they often do is they get impulsive. They start to get in on some urges. They're buying too high if it was a breakout. So imagine in this example the stock is going to 1550 and then reaching almost 1570, and the trader wants to see it go to 16 or 1650 even. So on a tiny pullback on a 10-second chart, for example, the trader goes in, but that was it. That was the top, and the target could have been 1550. But that's all out of the picture right now because the trader is in this fear state and there's nothing else. When you are in this state, there's nothing else. You just feel this fear, you just feel this void, and you want to fill it. And the best way to fill it, or so you think, is by making some profits. But what can happen is, oftentimes the idea is not the same anymore. There's no strategy when you get in. You get in on this impulse, and this trade starts going against you. And if you don't have any control, this can lead to even further damage. So you felt that the market owes you something because you had a great idea, but you could not get in, and the idea worked. But now, when you get in, it's not going well for you. So you feel even worse. You feel that the market is now all of a sudden against you. So what do? Well, you start perhaps even averaging down, not accepting this loss because I was right. You were right. This trade is working, but the initial trade is not the one that you are in right now. And this is all what happens inside your head, and it's really tough to control. And before you know it, you can end up with a huge loss, and some people can even blow their accounts this way. So this should be pretty obvious right now to you that This fear is something that you have to get rid of. Uh, but before we proceed to that, let's talk about another example. And I think that for beginner traders, this is something that is pretty common because I know it happened for me. Because when I started, um, I have followed a certain person who was trading. And what I saw was a lot of profits, a lot of success, a lot of winning trades, a lot of great trades. And I felt that I'm missing something out. Again, this was this fear of missing out. And when I saw an idea that this person generated or suggested, I felt that I need to get in. I need to capitalize the same way that this person does. And this is obviously pretty bad because you cannot feel this way because they are at a certain place in their career and you are at a totally different place in your career, and their methods of thinking and strategy are totally different to where are you right now, even though you are learning the strategy that that person is teaching or presenting. It's still really tough because day trading is not as simple as if this happens, then you can enter and take profits at X, take the losses at Y. It's never like that. It's really, really tough. So you cannot really uh, think that you will be able to replicate the total returns of any person that you are following. Uh, but in general, these people are also selling something, whether it is a course or teachings or sessions, whatever it is. They have another agenda. So what they want inherently is to also present themselves as a good trader, and they want to showcase their wins, their good trades. But then there you are with your own results, which are probably not so great, not consistent, and you feel like, hey, everybody's making money in this. Why am I not getting there yet? So what you feel is, uh, again, this FOMO and fear of missing out. So again, you are setting aside your trading plan. You are not sticking to it. You're trying to play for winners. You are trying to for some outcome. You're not following your system. So it is pretty bad. So in general, this can lead FOMO, as we talked about in this previous example, to impulsive trading, to getting in on a whim, on some urges that you cannot control. Risk management goes out of the window, out of the picture. You can overtrade, you can average down, and in general, it can lead to some very, very detrimental results that can kick you out of this career. So it is really important to try to get rid of this. And let's talk now about some things that you can do to tackle this, right? I would say that if you can root yourself in your strategy every single time, you will not have this fear affect you. You will have this fear forever. Like, it's really tough to completely root it out, and I would assume that even the top traders feel it, even if it is a millisecond. They feel it, but they are so good at tackling it and getting rid of it in an instant that it's not affecting their trading. Uh, but one of the best ways, as you started saying, is sticking to your strategy and being rooted in your system that you have. And one of the ways that I try to control myself is this is something that I call a snap, which is I'm trying during my day trading session, and this will depend on how am I doing for the last couple of days, not only in terms of accuracy and the profits, but also how am I feeling psychologically and how confident I am in my emotional capital, so to say. Uh, so this will affect the frequency of this snapping that I call it. And what snapping means is I'm trying. Let's imagine I have a day where I had a bad day yesterday, and now I'm trying to be really, really careful. So I'm trying to snap almost every minute. Once a minute, I'm trying to snap, and I snap my fingers, and then I repeat some mantras. And those mantras are trying to get me rooted back into my strategy. So I see a trade, it didn't go my way, and it's perhaps a second day in a row where it's starting to be a red day. So I'm seeing another trade, and I have an impulse to get in. So what I do this snap, and I say, okay, is this your strategy? Have you thought it through? Is this what you want to do? What are the implications if this goes wrong? Is it really thought through? Again, and I'm repeating, I'm freestyling essentially. It's not like I have a list of things that I should repeat to myself, but they constantly change. It all depends on what is my current problem that I feel. But this is what can help me, right? And uh, on the one hand, it's trying to getting rooted back into the strategy that I have and the system, and another is just sort of a coping or accepting. It's just, hey, this is fine. This is an integral part of day trading career. You cannot get rid of this. You have to feel this fear. Let's just observe it from a third person view. Let's just see see it for what it is. Let's feel it. Why not? But let's just not act on it. Let's try to be better than this. And in general, day trading is a career where you will have a lot of bad emotions, a lot of downs, a lot of uh, things that you just have to accept are part of this journey if you want to succeed. There's just no way around it. There will never be a period which is a significant period where you will constantly feel pretty great about how things are going with day trading uh, on a daily basis in terms of how your trades are working, how your emotions are working. You constantly have to work at it. So you have to accept this as well. Even if you've missed out, let's get back to the first example and let's practice how can you react to it better. Let's say you really planned it well. The breakout of 15 bucks and you see it going somewhere near, but then your focus got shifted away, but when you get back, you see it already went up. So let's snap. Let's say, okay, what has happened? Does my original idea still stand? Well, no, it doesn't. Should I get in? What am I feeling? Okay, I feel that I should have gotten in. I could have made this trade. I could have made some profits. I could have had a monster day if this had happened. Then you accept. Okay, there will be another trade, right? This is just another point in time where you could have made money, but you didn't, and that is okay. Let's learn from it. Let's write it down. What can I do? What can I do in the future? Let's not react now. Let's see what can I do to make myself react better in the future, to catch it faster in the future. Do I have to change something in my system? Maybe I should have set an alert which would alert me if this stock started getting closer to 15 so that I don't miss it. Or should I do something to improve my psychology, to improve my tools, to whatever it is. Again, it's freestyling even in that sense. But the point is, it's really important that you learn from it. You should not put it under the rug. You should not sweep it under the rug. You should not just let it go unaddressed, right? If you thought that it was wrong, if you thought that you could have done better, it's truly important to do something about it. But almost always, it will never be a good thing to do something about it right at this instant. So just write it down. Just note it. Just say, okay, this has to happen. I have to improve this. And I'll figure it out during the weekend, for example, or I'll figure it out during the evening. But right now, I just have to go back to the state of focus, absolute focus on the next best entry that I can make, on the best next trade that I can make, right? Okay, so hopefully this illustrates a point, uh, and talk to you soon.